physical security. طبعا physical security، قلنا الأشياء الفيزيائية في السكيورتي، وتقريبا كله مرينا عليه مرور سريع. فنشوف what's in physical security. طيب، قبل ما نخش physical security في concept لازم نعرفه: gap analysis. What's gap analysis? Process of evaluating the difference between the organization's current performance and desired performance. هو عملية بتاع تقييم للأداء بتاع الشركة. طبعا لما نقول أداء نتكلم عن السكيورتي، نتكلم عن من ناحية السكيورتي. فهو عملية بتاع تقييم للوضع بتاع السكيورتي الحالي بالوضع الأمثل، بالوضع السكيورتي الأمثل. الوضع الأمثل أو الوضع الديزيرت. فنشوف الكرنت سكيورتي ونقوم نقيمه احنا how far from the desert status، security status طبعا. فده بسموه شنو؟ gap analysis. فقال لك conducting an gap analysis can be valuable tools for the organizations looking for improve. شوف كيف نقدر نعمل improvement. فده gap analysis هو عملية تقييم process of evaluating the difference between an organization's current performance and its desired performance. طيب تاني عندنا zero trust. Domain verifications for domain verify for every device, users, and transaction within the network. يعني عندنا الشبكة الجزء اللي بخصوص الزيرو تريس. لازم نعمل أي شخص داري يخش على الزيرو تريس لازم يحصل له verification. يعني في الوضع العادي ممكن يكون إذا عندنا جهاز داري ياخد معلومة من جهاز التانية، عادي ممكن يخش ياخد معلومة. إذا الشخص داري يخش ياخد معلومة ممكن يخش بيوزر نيم باسورد. لكن لما نقول زيرو ترست معناها ما بصدق أي حد. مكان في الشركة بنحط فيه داتا بكون زيرو ترست. أي حد ديفايس يوزر ترانزاكشن لازم شنو؟ لازم يحصل له verification. طيب شوف الزيرو
The way
ترست.
we interact with our corporate networks and devices has changed dramatically over the last few years, with office workers bringing their own smartphones, tablets, and laptops to and from the physical spaces where they worked. This shift accelerated dramatically during the COVID pandemic, as any place became the new normal for all organizations. Zero Trust Security has arisen to help keep corporate data safe in this new work-from-anywhere world. Zero Trust solves several problems with today's security scenarios. That's why the President issued orders in January 2022 for all federal agencies to bolster their security, making Zero Trust a central tenet of the initiative. Toward the end of 2022, the U.S. Defense Department officially unveiled its strategy to achieve Zero Trust capabilities by 2027. To help secure themselves and in defense of national resources, businesses of all sizes should follow the lead of federal agencies. On-premises security, based on protecting the network edge, can no longer cope with modern work practices, with employees using their own devices in the office, at home, and in public places. The opportunities for cyber attacks have grown enormously. In 2021 alone, more than 2,300 public sector organizations suffered ransomware attacks. Businesses and employees are also adopting more applications and services hosted in the public cloud. These are accessed via the public internet alongside traditional on-premises networks, applications, and data. Zero Trust Security reduces risks from these constantly expanding ways of accessing company resources. It also provides employees with a simpler, unified method for entering their credentials across resources, which can increase compliance with security requirements and strengthen protection. Zero Trust's fundamental security principle is to constantly authenticate users to grant access to specific applications and data. No one is trusted by default across multiple networks or applications, as occurs in traditional security models. Zero Trust takes a more stringent, granular, dynamic, and continuous approach to trust. As users are constantly authenticated, their devices are also continuously monitored for compromise. Frequent device health checks ensure that only equipment with the latest patches and updates get access. Presence of any unauthorized software on the device prevents access to protected resources. Zero Trust takes context into account, too. An employee using a company device on business premises may be granted greater privileges to a wider range of in-house resources for longer periods of time. On the other hand, a remote worker using a public Wi-Fi network may have their credentials checked more frequently, or some access selectively restricted. Access from an unfamiliar location, like a country that the user doesn't normally work from, can trigger higher levels of security. In fact, any suspicious activity can prompt increased scrutiny and re-authentication. Zero Trust Security is not a software product or solution suite. It's an approach to cybersecurity with stages and layers of implementation to help achieve a set of principles. The first stage of Zero Trust Security implementation is to assess your organization's data resources. You'll need to audit the computer equipment and infrastructure your organization operates and what other devices and services employees use for work. The most important data and applications will need to be defined, and who requires access to what, where, and when. The next stage is to define policies to mitigate threats to these resources based on the kinds of attacks and breaches that could occur. This involves unifying identity and access management across resources, defining privileges associated with user credentials, and recognizing context. Once these Zero Trust policies have been implemented, the system can be optimized. Policies can be extended to every resource your organization operates, and the user experience improved to make credential checking as seamless as possible. Once your organization has started on the Zero Trust security path, it can operate with much greater assurance than ever before. In a dynamic and diverse world with computing right at its center, this is essential and will put your organization in line with national security priorities as well.
Good. Okay. طيب هو يتكلم كلام كتير عن الزيرو تراست، ففي زول ممكن نلخص لنا زيرو تراست في كلمة واحدة ولا كلمتين، في جملة واحدة ولا جملتين. وات زيرو تراست؟ تكلمنا عنه. بالإضافة للفيديو ده ممكن تلخص الزيرو تراست في كلمة ولا كلمتين. زيرو تراست معناه اختصار للفيديو ده كله anyone need to access, you have to شنو to verify، مش كده؟ لازم يحصل له authentication. شايف هنا في الرسمة ده بلخص لنا كل اسمه ده always verify في zero trust authenticate base of identity and access control. معناه المنطقة ده zero trust، أي حد بيجي خاش هنا لازم يحصل له شنو verify authenticated. ده اختصار كتير، اختصار شديد جدا للزيرو تراست. اوكي we're gonna go to the physical security. قلنا الفيزيكال security أي حاجة physically ممكن يعمل prevent أو detect أو reduce أو corrective. طيب and encrypt is safeguarding against man-made threat like thief, damage, and unwanted physical access, as well as natural disaster like rain, dust, power outage, and fire. ده physical security. أي حاجة بيكون من man made، يعني حاجة ممكن يكون man made threat. المان made threat ممكن ديل كله ممكن يكون man made threat أو natural disaster. ده safeguarding من الحاجات دي. ده ملخص للفيزيكال سيكيورتي، كل الأشياء في الفيزيكال سيكيورتي، كل الأشياء دي هنا يتكلم عنه مثلا الفينسين أو البورد. ده الفينسين وده البورد. نشوف ده.
This video is on bollards. A bollard is a short post that is designed to direct traffic and protect against vehicle intrusions. It acts as both a physical and visual barrier, just like a concrete barrier. Unlike other type of barriers, such as fences, security bollards restrict vehicle access while allowing clear pedestrian flow. Bollards can be removable, collapsible, or retractable and offer different impact resistance to different installation difficulties. They vary in their shapes, sizes, and designs as well. Automatic retractable bollards is the most advanced one, and they can be directed to raise and lower with the remote control system. Automatic retractable bollards are a great solution for high traffic areas with very frequent changes in access. Although they can be hacked, it's very time consuming to do so. Simply put, benefit outweighs the risks. Also, they're given regular servicing and maintenance to ensure security remains high and it remains in perfect working order.
طيب إذا سألنا سؤال البيرل بيعمل شنو في التايب، كوني ياتو تايب. ياتو تايب من التايبس بتاع هل هو بيمنع ولا بيعمل شنو، يعني بيكتشف ولا بيمنع ولا؟ اوكي، هو prevent مش بيمنع. اوكي طيب نيجي تاني lacks unauthorized access to the information and physical assets can be electronics, biometrics, physical cable lock. ده كلهم انواع بتاع اللوك. اللوك بيعمل شنو؟ prevent. كويس، prevent. طيب مان تاب، قبل اتكلمنا عن مان تاب. Implementation of the man tap, it is a approach to observe targeting. targeting طبعا هو زول اللي بيعمل follow to close. لو لاحظت ده المدخل بتاع البيلدينج، بيكون في باب تخش من باب الأول، ولو باب الأول ما يتقفل باب التاني ما بيفتح معاك. فالشخص واحد بس بيخش هنا بيقفل ده بيدخل بأكسس بتاعه داخل. فده بمنع من أنه شخص تاني يجي خاشي معاك، لأنه المساحة ده بيكون ضيقة ما بشيل أكتر من شخص كده يعني. فده اسمه مان تاب، واحد من الفيزيكال سيكيورتي. alarms. طيب نشوف الالارمز.
This video is on alarms in regards to physical security. The function of an alarm is to alert the operator about any abnormal condition or activity. The ultimate goal of an alarm system is to minimize risk. Having an alarm system is necessary to provide
Minimize
that
risk.
accurate, useful, and required information. And in today's modern world, alarm systems are becoming more dynamic, and it is automated and can be integrated in almost all systems. Some alarm systems are even mandatory, like fire alarms or even certain intrusion detection systems. Alarm systems can be both internal or external. Usually, the alarm systems are sectioned off to cover specific areas of risks and are marked as specific zones. Note that alarm systems are a detection tool, and these alarm systems must be monitored and linked to a predetermined response. Depending on the type of business and certain zone requirements, it will need to be configured appropriately.
طيب لو اتكلمنا عن الالارم، هل prevent الالارم بعمل prevent ولا بيعمل شنو؟ ما بعمل prevent، ما بيمنع، مشكلة ما بمنع الدخول، لكن ممكن يقلل من الدخول. طيب نتكلم عن sensors، ممكن يكون motion detection، ممكن يكون noise detection، ممكن يكون approximately readers card، ممكن يكون temperature. ده كله sensors. برضو السنسر بعمل شنو؟ بيمنع؟ لا، بعمل detect. إذا detective control sign، ده كله ساينات، ممنوع الدخول stop كده. طيب الساين بيعمل شنو؟ بيعمل prevent or detect all the threat. هل الساين بيمنع من الدخول؟ هل الساين بيكتشف detective؟ no. لكن بقلل، مش كده؟ انت لما تيجي تقول لك ممنوع stop معناه you can stop. كاميرا، motion regulations و object detective، ديل برضو من الحاجات it's not prevent. ما بعمل prevent، لكن بعمل شنو؟ detect. الكاميرا برضو بيعمل CC كاميرا برضو بعمل detect. جيب له هسه في الكاتيجوريز. طيب البيرسونال ان انا الجاردز، الجارد بيعمل شنو؟ prevent right and detect. ممكن يمنع وممكن يكتشف. طيب عندنا ال two person integrity control. ال two person integrity control ده يعني بيستعملوا مثلا أماكن الحساسة جدا، فيه very sensitive، بيكون فيه two keys وكل واحد عنده key واحد، ما بقدر بفتح إلا الاتنين ناسين مع بعض يجوا يتدخلوا نفس، كل واحد يدخل الكي بتاعه بعد ذاك يفتح. عشان كده two person integrity ده مثلا غالبا بيستعملوا مثلا خزائن اللي فيه جواهر وفيه الحاجات الثمينة في البنوك كده. فما بده مفتاح لشخص واحد، ممكن شخص واحد يجي يفتح يشيل الأموال يشيل الماس يشيل الذهب، لكن بكون بدو لشخصين مختلفين ما بتفتح إلا الاثنين يكونوا شنو؟ يكونوا موجودين مع بعض، إلا الاثنين يكونوا موجودين. عشان كده بيقولوا two personal integrity. قال لك شنو؟ refer to situations in which two people must work together to شنو؟ to complete the task. لازم يكون two people. light، اللايت برضو قلنا هو security control، ما بعمل prevent لكن ممكن يعمل detect. visit logs. طبعا visit logs is a book. It's useful to for the keep tracking to access. طيب الفيزيت لوج هل بيعمل prevent؟ لا، لكن بعمل detect. right؟ بعمل detect. اوكي طيب internet personnel then نشوف فيديو.
This video is on physical security personnel. First, you have guards who protect the property, enforce rules on the property, and deter criminal activity. There are various types of guards from armed and unarmed to mobile guards. Some guards are assigned a stationary position where they monitor alarms or surveillance cameras. Other guards will patrol a specific zone and conduct a specific checklist. Corporate guards also work with IT professionals to ensure sensors, alarms, and other equipment operate properly. We also have security receptionists who perform roles like issuing IDs, monitoring CCTVs, answering and making phone calls, dealing with access control, conducting patrol, and escorting specific clients. Then we have robot sentry surveillance. Sentry bots are teams of autonomous mobile security robots which can be integrated into existing security systems. You can buy a sentry bot for your own home. These surveillance robots are used to monitor people's behavior, activities, and other changing information for the purpose of managing, directing, or protecting resources. With all these, ensure there's two-person integrity. This is a rule that states two people must work together to complete a specific task. It is used by the military where two different people have two different keys, and each has to use their own key at the same time to initiate specific action. This prevents a single person from getting access to critical material or operations.
Okay, good.
This video is on locks. There are various locks that you need to know for the Security Plus 601 exam, like biometrics, electronic, physical, and cable locks. They all have their different construction strength and unlocking mechanisms. First, we have biometrics, which includes finger scanning, facial scanning, voice recognition, and iris scanning. These locks utilize personally identifiable information to unlock by first scanning it and saving it. However, since biometrics aren't perfect, they do combine it with a PIN or RFID card. Out of all these, iris is the safest since patterns in your eyes are impossible to replicate and don't leave behind traces like a fingerprint, which you can simply use tape to steal. Next, we have electronic locks. Electronic locks have come a long way from just being a combination based to one with smart functions. It used to be just a pin pad powered by a small battery. But smart electronic locks these days even have live stream and video recording capabilities and have object and motion detection for package and guests. Then we have physical and cable locks which don't include any electronics. These two are manual mechanical systems and require either a key or combination to put the lock tumblers in the right position. While they require more work, they are cheaper and extremely reliable. The goal of these locks is ultimately to prevent unauthorized access to information and physical access. But note that locks are only strong as the fittings and hardware that surround them. When choosing locks, consider the level of protection you require from the doors and frames. Also consider record keeping and scalability. Some locks keep entry data like smart locks. Also, electronic and biometric locks reduce the number of keys it needs to hand out.
Okay, great. شوف الجزء الأخير.
This video is on USB data blocker. USB have become the hotspot for attackers.
اوكي الجزء ده احنا ما خصنا. طيب في أي سؤال في السكيورتي physical security؟ تعرف الديفايس الفيزيكال سكيورتي نو، تعرف الفانكشن بتاعه، بعد ذاك تعرفه هو من ياتو كاتيجوريز ومن ياتو تايب. كاتيجوريز معروفة لكن من ياتو تايب لازم تعرفه كده. Any question؟ طيب ما في سؤال. اوكي.